I would remove my entire digital footprint that includes bank account and anything else before I would ever give them my money.
You can commit fraud. We'll forgive you for that. We're not going to forgive you for trying to further your education.
As a citizen of this country, I deserve the right to a free education.
How much I owe in student loans? How much money?
You paid your student loans? Get ready for the government to snatch that out of your check.
Are being garnished, then they're also going to take your tax return.
Stop going to school if you're not going to graduate.
I was never paying it, but I'm double not paying it now. I might try to figure out how to rob y'all.
You need to make a plan that's going to get you current with your student loans, because this administration is serious. They're not scared. They do not care if you have not been able to make your rent. They don't care if you haven't been able to make your bills. They don't care if you eat. We saw that during the government shutdown. You think they care about if your income's going to look lower? Stop putting anything past this administration. What I would recommend is that you call your student loan provider or go on the website and make a plan on how you're going to get current on your loans. I'm speaking as someone who has helped people get out of tens of thousands of dollars of debt. Tens of thousands of dollars of debt. It's possible, it's doable, but one, you have to have the willpower. Two, you gotta have the knowledge. Three, you gotta have the discipline. I would hate for people in 2026 to be lacking because you wanted to play around with this administration. I truly do. And going back to school to get an associate's to stress it out, it's not a student loan repayment plan. That is procrastination. I don't see how in this economy an associate's degree is going to help anybody. But what do I know? They don't call me Shmoney for no reason. But you heard it from me first.
The Trump administration announced it will resume garnishing those wages the week of January the 7th for student loans. Listen, hear me and hear me. That little fun ride we've had is over. If you need to go in deferment, if you need to go in forbearance, you need to be applying for those today, like right now. Because what that means is if your student loans are being garnished, then they're also going to take your tax return, okay? Hear me and hear me well. Old student loans and you are late on those payments and you have not made an arrangement, deferment, or put them in forbearance, they will take your entire tax check from you. Your check will be gone. I have seen it done time and time again. This is your warning. This is your time. Part of that one big beautiful bill is those old loan agreements that was in place before COVID. All of those are being replaced with new agreements. Listen, if you're trying to buy a house, and if you don't care, you don't care. But if you're trying to buy a house, if you're trying to do anything that elevates your life and elevates you financially, get those things in order, okay? Get them in order. I'm not telling you to pay it. I'm telling you to go in forbearance. Hear what I said now. Deferment or the income, the income based on your income plan, okay? Yeah, hurry up. January 7th will be here before we know it, and tax season is already knocking on our door. So today,
They set these things up in a perfect time. Now, I hope you ladies had a happy holidays. Happy holidays. Oh, happy holidays. Like, what a way to start the new year. Now, I gotta say this. I'll tell you what the issue is. No hard feelings on this side. But I'll tell you what happens and why a lot of guys are actually happy to see this happen. What did you ladies do? We're more educated than men. We're getting degrees. Men are not doing anything. How many times has that been yelled to the sun, burned over? You ladies use that against guys all the time. Let me tell you something. I gotta tell this story because when I got out of high school, I either had the choice to take a college loan or work. I chose the latter because one thing I saw was I was speaking to people for colleges and they said, well, yeah, you have to pay. You have to get your own loan. My parents wouldn't take any loan for me. So I had to go into debt in order to go to college. You know what I said? I think I worked for some years. You know what I went right into? I went right into a sales job. And I think the Lord, that was the best decision I ever made of my life. You ladies chose debt, and now you're dealing with the headache. Because some of you have had your student loans for the longest. And you even got on TikTok. You think the government didn't see that? You've been getting on TikTok for years. I'm not paying that student loan back. I'm never paying that student loan.
I wasn't planning on paying the student loans. I'm gonna just give it to you straight right here. I was never planning on giving it back from the moment that I signed up for it. I'm triple not paying it now. I'm triple not paying it now. Are y'all crazy? Mind you, I'm not even supposed to be on this app. I quit this app, but I'm back now because shit's gotten out of hand. You're taking money out of people's checks to fund a schminicide? A schminicide? And you want me to take money from my own life, from thine own life, to fund a schminicide? When we got homeless people in tent cities, think of the darkness and depravity of that phrase, cities of tents. And you want to send the tent city money over to the funding the schminicide? Kiss my ass. I'm not doing it, okay? We could, I did the numbers. We could solve some hunger. We could feed some babies over here. We could have some social services. Like a single mama works too hard.
She got the hair done though.
But anyway, yeah, we could do all kinds of shit. Free wigs, free nails, free daycare, all of that. But y'all want to send our money over there to fund dropping schmoms on people. Y'all can be my dick. I was never paying it, but I'm double not paying it now. I might try to figure out how to rob y'all.
We know, flat purse.
Kiss my I wasn't planning on paying the student loans. I'm gonna just give it to you straight.
This filter cracks me up. But anyways, another crazy video. No shade to the person that made the video. Go watch the whole thing. But there is a weird thing going on right now where people think, I don't have to pay back student loans. I'm just going to take them out. If I don't want to pay it back, I don't have to pay it back. It is a debt. You apply for money to pay for a debt. If you don't want to pay it back, don't go to college, because obviously you're not going to get your degree. So if you already know you're going to go to college for play, don't take out real money. Go to school, play with your money, and don't take out no debt. They're going to fund the war anyways. Your student loan is not paying for the loan, whether you pay it back or not, they're going to fund the war. But you applying for a loan to pay for you to go to school that you're not going to pay back and you're not going to get a degree is crazy making. Stop going to school if you're not going to graduate.
She said it.
Even though one of the PhD programs that I went to was funded, I still paid for part of my bachelor's, part of my master's, and I'm paying for one of my PhDs. Now, when I say part, my dad was a veteran, so I paid for, we had to take out a loan for my first 2 years of my bachelor's and my second year of my master's. I don't know what the total is in student loans that I have, but I think it's like close to $100,000. Now, do I pay my student loans? No, because I am currently pursuing another PhD. Now, the institution that I work for, even though this is not a funded program, is paying for a good portion of this program. So I do have to take out loans for it, just not that many. Either way, while I'm in school, I don't have to pay my loans because they go into deferment. Once I'm done with this PhD program in a couple of years, I will then theoretically have 6 months to begin paying my loans back. I will be in, whatever income-driven repayment, whatever exists at the time, but that's not necessarily helpful for me because I am a high-income earner, so my payment will be high. So what do? I stay in school. I take one class a year from the college that I work at, and it's free. So I am enrolled in college, and it counts toward being in school. Now there's like a credit, a minimum you have to have, etc. And I'll talk about that in another video. But that is how I am really prolonging paying these loans back because it's a lot and I don't want to.
You heard what she said? She's saying, Daddy government, I'm prolonging paying you back, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm pretty much scamming you. You think they're not going to have an answer for that? They're coming. January 7th, right around the corner.
If you haven't paid your student loans, get ready for the government to snatch that out of your check. U.S. government to garnish pay from some student loan borrowers. Now, there's a couple things that you should know about these garnishments. Number one, how much can they garnish? They can garnish up to 15% of your net pay. That's your take home, not the gross, your take home. Number two, they can do this whenever they like. They're going to give you 30 days to pay it all or to get caught up and get out of default. But if you don't do it within 30 days, then they come in to snatch your check. Now, here is the thing about a wage garnishment. It never actually leaves. It follows you from job to job. So if you quit one job and you go to another job, it's not going to change the garnishment. It's just going to follow you to that job. And here's the thing that I want to address, right? Number one, stop going to colleges that you can't afford. Go to in-state school instead of flying and going all the way across the country and paying out-of-state tuition where you have to get these loans and get yourself in this much trouble. Number two, stop saying you're the most educated and you ain't making enough money to figure out how to pay for your education. I don't want to hear that because someone who went to a trade school paid $1,800 or $2,400 to learn how to be a welder or paid $5,000 to become a CDL truck driver. And they paid that off and they're making $100,000 a year. They might not have the same school knowledge as you, but they're sure as hell worth more than you. And they're sure as smarter than you in the game of life.
Woo! That's exactly what's happening. And then, I'll never date those guys. They're not making enough. They're making more than you. The degrees you're getting is not worth it. Men are smart. Men are saying, I'll get a trade. You know what a lot of men are doing? You know what got really popular? Men started becoming truck drivers. Right? I saw so many men become truck drivers. But they went from making nothing to making something. Ladies still wouldn't date them. Now it's coming to the part where that reach back is coming. Guys, be careful. Reach back season is definitely in effect. These ladies will need help. They will need a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, and you don't want to be that guy. Not paying back my student loans. They need to learn financial responsibility. Who lends $35,000 to an 18-year-old with no job?
File cabinet for all these student loans to rest in heavenly peace. That's how much I owe in student loans. How much money I owe in student loans. Now, let me provide you with some additional information since I know that this video is going to go viral because people are cruel and a lot of people are going to be ready to attack me in the comments and judge me and do whatever they got to do to feel good about themselves. I am a proud 25-year-old with over $100,000 in student loan debt. I went to school. I got a free associate degree through the early college program. I then furthered my education and got 2 additional degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship with a minor in management, and I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. But one thing America doesn't know about me is that I have one additional degree that's not on file and it's not in the records anywhere, and that's a law degree. At any given point, I'm prepared to take the stand and explain why I cannot afford to pay a dime on them student loans. Baby, you ain't never seen a sharp, undegreed attorney like me ever in your life. It's my time to shine.
Garnishing your wages for student loans. It's been announced by the Trump administration and the Department of Education that the Trump administration will start garnishing your wages, meaning taking money out of your paychecks The first 1,000 letters have already gone out, and they expect more to come towards the end of January. According to federal law, the administration can take up to 15% of your, I think it's take-home pay. That's your net income. By law, they must leave you with 30 times the minimum wage, which equals about $217 per week. Meanwhile, there are people that are not paying their taxes and parents who aren't paying for child support. And of course, we have all the other things that we should not be paying for, like flights to nowhere and a tax on boats that are not carrying anything but fish. I thought you should know.
No, they're coming from everybody. People that are not paying their child support, they're already coming for them. Those guys are getting thrown in jail. Like, they're facing accountability. They've been facing accountability. Men not paying their child support. Like, no, she didn't just mention that. They finally came for you. She's feeling salty. They're coming for her. She probably got a letter already. She got a letter that said, you need to pay this, buy this, or we're going to take this. And she said, damn. And you know what's wild? They have the money. You saw the other lady, right? She had the red hair, the orange hair. Look orange. And she's twisting her hair freshly done, saying, I'm not paying nothing back. Lady, all you have to do is do your own hair. That's your student loan money. All you have to do is do your own nails. That's your student loan money. Accountability time is here. And it's not hard. All you have to do is stop spending. Like you ladies wonder why men aren't dating right now. I'll tell you why. No accountability. You're not paying your debt, but you want to look good. But then you want to still have debt and want a man to pay for you to look good. They want to be broke, not save for nothing, want a man to take them out on dinners, use men for that. Like, your time has come. That's what's happening right now in this day and age. Modern woman, your time has come. And who's your daddy? Who told you to get educated and take all the loans you need to get educated? And remember, there was government agencies and government parties that were in power that told you, that gave you leeway, had things in your favor to get educated. Now it's biting you in the butt. That's what happened. I don't believe in favoring any parties, but certain parties did that. Come on, ladies, keep it real. Feminism did this. You go, girl. You're educated. You got that nice house. You got that nice car. That Gucci bag. You got that, girl. You doing your thing. Your hair, look at her. Same thing, her hair's done. Fresh makeup on. All this stuff you say to men, you say, well, I'll pay for this hair and its makeup to go out, right? It's all biting you now. Accountability time.
Wage garnishments due to defaulted student loans. I wanted to address comments like this from my last video. I want you to understand the truth when it comes to why I have a problem with wage garnishments due to student loans and people who have defaulted on them. One, I have not. So I don't know where the confusion is, but two, the total of student loan debt in America is $1.6 trillion. Do you know how much Donald Trump has added to the national debt in 2025 in 1 year? $2 trillion. So while they are trying to make the focus be about people paying their student loans back and wage garnishments, your president, Donald Trump, has added more than the entirety of student loan debt to the national debt in 1 year. That is why people have a problem, because y'all aren't going after Donald Trump for the fact that you are going to end up feeling the problem and feeling the weight of the debt that he's adding to our national debt, which has way more effects on us individually. But you want to focus on $1.6 trillion spread amongst like 50 million Americans. Then one person who is increasing our national debt more than the entirety of student loan debt in 1 year. Y'all don't even know what y'all be talking about, but you want to blame people who are struggling and doing what they can in order to get by.
That's not my problem.
No, y'all just be out here trying to say stuff because you want to be on the opposition. Go ahead, but know what you're talking about first.
We do know what we're talking about. You ladies don't listen. Many of looking at this saying, yeah, you're the most college educated, but you're going into debt to do it. Don't go into debt. What does that make you? A slave. You ladies made yourselves debt slaves to daddy government, and it's coming back to bite you in the butt. You ladies don't understand what was done to you. They tricked you. You've been being tricked for the longest. That's over now. That's why I say, modern woman, your time has come.
Tick-tock. Tick-tock indeed.
I know there's some men that's being affected. Some men have gone into debt to go to college, but I'm sure they're probably more responsible than you are. And the ones that aren't, it's not as many of them. And I say to any guy, you struggling, you want to make it happen? I can show you how to get a ton of money without going into debt. I've done it. Seriously, I can give you the blueprint. Right now, I'm charging only $50. Usually $300. I have another package, $50. Usually $250. And why do I do this? And I tell guys all the time, I show guys why they're living in the matrix. I show guys why it makes sense to live in another country. For the taxes, for the tax benefits. Not only the tax benefits, also for the working benefits, also for the cost of living, also for the food, also for the woman, everything. Pretty much to get away from you. A man receives benefits. And men are learning this now. But they always, oh, stop it. You're just attacking us. No, we're not. We saw this coming. Certain sayings out there for a reason. Even in the Bible teaches about that. Like even Jesus said, remember when they said, well, what do you say about taxes? He said, pay to Caesar what is Caesar's, and pay to God what is God's. You ladies took Caesar's money. Now it's time to pay it back.
Garnishing my check for student loans is crazy. That just feels so illegal because how dare you? As a citizen of this country, I deserve the right to a free education.
You can't make this up.
And I guess I could have had that if I went to a community college, but I wanted to stay on campus. Regardless, my education should have been free here. Oh, they can kiss my.
So they forgave the PPP loan, but they're not forgiving student loans.
Welcome to your future.
So you could have, basically what they're saying is, you can commit fraud. We'll forgive you for that. We're not going to forgive you for trying to further your education to get a better job. We're not going to forgive you for that. You should have did fraud.
So it appears that the Trump administration wants to put check cashing places back in business because it'll be a cold day in hell that they get 1 red cent from me for student loans while sending all my money overseas. And that's any administration, to be honest. I would remove my entire digital footprint that includes bank accounts and anything else before I would ever give them my money. And then I also find it quite interesting that we are at record numbers of unemployment, specifically caused by this administration. Who exactly are y'all looking to get money from? And wouldn't you think it'd be more befitting to keep those people employed?
Y'all's president and his administration said they about to start garnishing y'all wages for student loan debt. Remember when Biden had pushed through that loan forgiveness program and then the people went and sued him and said, y'all can't do this. Now we have a president who's like, not only are we not giving y'all no forgiveness, but we about to start garnishing your wages as well. So starting next month, if you're in default and you ain't been paying them loans and you're not in some sort of approved situation, they gonna start garnishing them wages. They saying starting the first week of January, around 1,000 borrowers will begin receiving notices that your wages are going to be garnished. The cruelty's the point. Because what else really is the point? Y'all out here reclassifying what constitutes an actual degree and an actual professional program and this and that. And to boot, you telling people, we going to take your money from you. Limiting how a person could obtain a degree, limiting the possibilities and what the degree means. And now you saying, by the way, and we taking your money.
So is everyone lying about not paying their student loans back? Because why did my credit score just go down 120 some points? With student loan repayments being delayed, I kind of forgot about it. until I got this notification about score dropping. There's absolutely no way all of you have allowed for your credit scores to drop this low. Don't care. Like, what are we doing? Are we repaying them? What is happening?
Most people aren't paying them because to go to school, they don't care what happens to their credit. They don't care about anything. And men know this. That's why men are starting not to care. Every video I've been doing, I would say definitely for the past 4 months, has been hitting home. Actually, for the past couple of years, but still, in the past 4 months, they've all been connected. And you ladies are all the main point. You have been for so long. What men have been doing for the past 10, 15 years is highlighting the nonsense because it needs to be highlighted. You know what y'all did? Y'all made fun of men for so long, haven't dated men, pretty much pit men on punishment with the Me Too movement, throwing it in our faces. Oh, look at this. And some of you have been successful. I got to say that. A lot of you have. A lot of you have gained high earning careers and have flourished. But men have flourished as well. Men, we did our thing. We got our trades. We flourished too. But what you ladies have done is on a whole nother level. But you betrayed somebody. It wasn't just us. It was daddy government. Now, what you ladies have to understand, what happened back in the 70s when you shook hands with feminism, then in the 80s, 90s, you got those degrees, 2000, throw it in our faces. Now, your time has come. The country wants their money back. And don't feel bad. Don't say things like the other lady, oh, guys, it's just people just pointing fingers at us and they don't understand what's going on. No, we understand. We saw it when it was coming. I saw the trap. When I got out of school, I said, no. I'm not taking out a loan. I don't, like the one lady said, hey, they're not getting that money back. I don't have credit. Why were they irresponsible to give me a loan? I felt that same way. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to school. But it's a different thing between being accountable and not accountable at all. But now it's time. Other than that, I just want to thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.